Hi, I'm Sam, and today I'm going to recap Onyx Storm. This is going to be a multi-part recap video. This book was so intense, so in-depth, so long, and so good. There's so much to cover, so make sure you watch these recap videos in order and don't watch until you finish the whole series. Okay, so starting off, Andarna is the only person in Violet's corner who's like, okay, let's cure Xaden. So that becomes the mission of the whole book, is to find the 7th breed of dragon, Andarna's people, and also try to find a cure for Vinin and see if the Irids are responsible for that. Maybe they could play in and help with finding that cure. We learn in the next epigraph that the 6 most powerful riders have only all walked the continent simultaneously in the First Great War, and everyone's thinking while reading this book, are Xaden, Violet, and their crew the new 6? Xaden wields behind the wards, and so we're like, can all Vinin do that, or is it just Xaden? We learned that Vinin still have signets, and that's pretty scary. Violet then faces the Cenarium, which is the 6 provinces, 6 leaders of Navarre. And then overall, the Navarrian leaders is, of course, King Tari. And he has 2 sons. Son 1 is Prince Haldan, Violet's ex. And then son 2 is Auric, our friend the writer. They want Violet to go on a quest, find the 7th breed of dragon, see if there is a cure for Vinin or a way to kill Vinin, and to gain allies. Then we have our first hookup of the book, and Xaden and Violet get handsy, and Xaden accidentally channels. And we're like, oh, shit. This is way easier to channel than we realized. Then a fight breaks out between all the riders and the flyers at Basgaeth, and Violet is the one who steps up and makes peace with everybody, and we really get to see her take on this leadership role and grow in confidence, and it's something we've all been really excited about seeing. Next, chapter 6 starts off with Violet releasing power from her hands up into the sky, and this is different from channeling from the sky or channeling from Tarn. And so I'm wondering, could this be a god thing? Next, we learn that Xaden and Violet are the first shadow wielder and lightning wielder to fight together and walk the lands together since the Great War. So again, this is a hint so that we have a new 6 emerging. Next big thing that happens is King Tari gives Xaden his title back, and now it is Xaden Ryerson, his grace, the Duke of Tyrrendor. Ah! Next, Violet and her friends decide to have Sawyer help change the wardstone at Basgaeth because they want the flyers to be able to stay with their squad and stay at Basgaeth and stay safe under the wards. So Sawyer is able to manipulate the iron in the wardstone, and the Griffin flyers are able to wield again, and it does result in them needing to stay at Basgaeth. There was also a first attempt that we don't know what happened. Sawyer tried twice. The first time we don't know what he altered, but the second time he did get the flyers to stay. Violet is not charged with high treason because Xaden signs an agreement with King Tari, and it basically pardons everything that they've done the night before. But there's a new general at Basgaeth, and it's Daddy Atos, who hates Violet, sends them to Samara, hopes they die. They don't. Instead, they get led into a trap set by Theo, the silver-haired Vinin who really wants Violet, and she kills Marin's parents. So that sucked. When Violet and her crew go to try to save Marin's parents, Taryn is knocked out by a tornado that Theo releases, and we learn that Theo's not a lightning wielder like Violet. She's actually a storm wielder like Lilith Sorengale. We also learn about Garrick, that he has a 2nd secret signet, and he is a distance wielder, or a walker. And Theo, importantly, then tells Violet that she wants her power and wants her because she's a leash. Jack Barlow also had called Violet a leash. Why? Violet has an insurmountable amount of power, an unnormal amount of power and control over people, gods, her dragons, other people's dragons. And so I think there's some god influence or god power in Violet, and hopefully we find out about that more.